That's a nice sound. Oh, what? Stop that. The purple's gone. Stop that. You're purple. You're too purple to be here. Welcome back to Let's Say Neopets Darkest Faerie, where the purple continues to plague us, despite us having removed the purple from this place. Oh, now the purple's back. Okay. Well. Oh, you know? But I'm curious. So I don't run past these guys again. But so I kept talking about, I don't know what these wall hooks are specifically what they're talking about. Awkward. Fog only appearing in some places. But see, there's that up here. So I have this rope gun. So just press R2 to fire a snare out of a wall hook. There we go. So the game never told me that this was that. It's just a speed potion? Really? I was wondering the whole time I was playing this game what was up here, and that was it. Okay. It's kind of weird. The game never gave me a tutorial for using this thing, or never even told me that's what it was. It just kind of, all of a sudden, I happened to look at my key items at that moment, and it said, hey, here's how you do things. Also, where's the music? Or the sound in general? Game? Sound's gone. Okay. In that case, we'll head towards Ilsen's Glade, and we'll save and reload, I guess? Maybe I'm doing another area will fix it too. I'm not really sure. This isn't the best place to use a speed potion, unfortunately, here. Because you have to do lots of jumping and climbing to as you go. Any of that time you spend not on the ground is time that you spend not being speedy. What? Darn it! That's not how you go where I want to go. Oh yeah, I do need to speak to that hunter anyways. Never seen the music bug out like this though, or sounds in general. Like, Tor makes noise, but the enemies don't. It's just strange. And a little uncomfortable. Is there a loading screen you go into Motara's place? Yeah, but it doesn't actually fix anything. How strange. Okay. There's a loading, or there's a save spot over here. I can save and then reload. I guess that's what I'll try to do. Every time I walk past this bridge, it reminds me of the bridge to the... What are they called exactly? I don't remember the exact name. The caves in Gulagoon in Bikini Bottom. Alright, so what happens if we just reload the game? There we go. Okay, cool. We're good. In that case, I'll have to go to Ilsen's Glade again with a quick stop by this hunter, who is fortunately right along the way anyways, so don't need to worry about any issues with that taking up too much time. Kind of amused with that Dragonite hunter. One, just asked us to hunt things for him at one point, but two, then said, okay, stop hunting. I don't know if he's just worried they're going to kill everything here or what. But that was a strange... little turn of events in my mind. Regardless. Did Draconac appear out of purple smoke or something? And Draconacs are here naturally anyway, you don't need to summon them. Chuppies! Not the chuppies I wanted, so thank you. And money grass that may or may not serve a purpose. Still have no idea if there's actually anything to buy anymore in the game. Okay, this is... yeah, okay, cool. Delivery. Finally, music. Or at least other music. Music keeps changing. It's a little weird. You're purple, but... cool. Purple is not bad for business. God, Weird didn't really have anything to say about that. And now he's just acting totally non-purple. But okay. So that's everything done. We're gonna have to unpurple Meridel before we can do anything else. Thinking about the side quest. There's a temptation to at least check if there are any other side quests over there in map. Okay, there we go. No, not there. Can't go that way. See if there's any other side quest in the market town, but I probably... it's mostly just that I'm curious if I'll get anything better than just money for them. And I got a bunch of riches at one point for saving the place, which for some reason one cannot spend, which I find strange. I have no idea what purpose these riches serve. But maybe we'll find out. I don't know, I keep seeing things in this game whose purpose I really don't know. Like this cloak. But that cloak was a reward for... dude, stop being buggy. That cloak is a reward for saving Kagami from Emberite, so it's surely gonna be required somewhere, because I'm gonna have to save every place before I can actually finish everything off. So I'm probably gonna need it to enter Meridel or something like that. Just like how we needed to get the fruit picker to, or better, really just the hook shot. The fruit shot for... stop that! You don't need to do damage to me. You're just annoying. I need that for Elzen's Glade. I don't get anything meaningful for fighting these enemies, though. Like, one, I don't get money for fighting them, but two, even if I did get money for fighting them, I don't need money for anything right now. Stop that. I don't know if I'll ever need money for anything again, but I have a ton of money anyways. And maybe if they could drop some better items like speed potions. That's really the only item I want right now, because I'm totally stocked on Juppies, and that's really the only item I care about. And I guess Bagus's. That's pretty much it. I've never needed revives or anything, so I'm not gonna worry about that. They're cheap anyways, if I did want any of them. But then on top of that, there are all sorts of other healing items. Magic restoration items, so I don't really need them. Largely because I don't use Roberta much, but I have tons of a grotesque amount of blue Juppies, purple Juppies anyways. Yeah, Juppies alone suffice in most contexts, at least for me, for anything. Like, I could get more Chocodos if I wanted. I have plenty of them. Like, 40 Chocodos is a lot of health that you can restore. So, even if enemies did drop anything, I wouldn't need it. That's also, I suppose, probably in part due to me getting all these treasure chests that aren't exactly required. I have a grotesque amount of money, and I also make a point of always getting Juppies and whatnot when I run past them. But I think that's the same thing with enemies. Either you make a point of fighting enemies when you run past them, or you make a point of And or, really, you make a point of collecting resources when you run past them. And collecting resources like this ends up meaning you don't need... would end up meaning you don't need to worry about enemies if enemies did drop any meaningful amount of those sorts of items. But enemies tend not to drop anything anyways. There's been like 1 or 2 occasions, I think, where an enemy dropped a meaningful amount of money. That's not generally the case. Sometimes they drop motes, but it seems too random to really matter. If enemies at least seem to drop motes that are related to their own elements, that would be one thing, but I don't think they do. Where am I going? The screen's too dark. Of course, I also have a window behind me, so there's a ton of glare on the screen. That makes it even harder to see where it is I'm going. Where am I? Not where I need to be, I don't think. I think. The purple also makes matters so much worse. Whoa! Dude. I'm never gonna use any of those negs. But they're there. It would be really nice if I could see things. I'm pretty sure I need to be over there. Even without the purple fog, this place confused me the first time. Mostly though, just because it wasn't apparent to me. Well, because the map doesn't display any kind of vertical element, so it wasn't apparent to me that I had to get up into the trees. How does one get to where I want to be? I want to get to the foot of that. Stop that. I want to get to where I found that one Jellert, which I think is up there. So I go around here, I believe. That looks right to me. Okay. I have to stop that. That took long enough. Okay, come on, Tor, get up there. And so it's presumably something I can grab onto here. Weird to me that the game hasn't told me anything about this. I had to figure it all out myself. That item lets me do what it does. And the game never told me, press this button. It's just, oh, really? I had to actually look in the menu, which is very questionable design in my mind. Camera! Hello? Okay, this worked a second ago. Excuse me? It's also very strange that they decided to use R2 since that normally attacks. That already does something. Here we go. Alright, unfortunately I managed to take an entire episode getting here, but it's about that time again. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. The next episode, let's play Neopets Darkest Faerie. Is that another thing I can grab on? Using the camera to control this is not a good idea, game. Alright, well, that's weird. I can actually hang from here. I'll see you guys next time, next episode, when we play with our fruitshot a little bit more. Bye, everyone.